Ever find yourself struggling with forecasting work? Especially when everything seems to keep changing. It's a really common headache. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling that head-on, focusing on measuring work in Agile. We want to explore how Agile teams actually quantify and, predict effort looking at different timelines. We're drawing some great insights from Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Caspon.
Yeah, and our goal here really is to make sense of the different ways Agile estimates work. We're talking long-term release planning versus short-term sprint planning. Getting these units right is, well, it's crucial for decent scheduling, figuring out team capacity, and just knowing if you're on track.
Okay, let's dig into that. We hear Agile all the time, but when a team looks at a whole release, maybe months of work, how do they put a number on that? It's not just one little task, right?
Right, and what's really interesting is the sort of layered system they use. For the release backlog, that big list of everything needed for the product, Agile teams typically use story points.
Story points, okay.
And the key thing, it's a relative estimate. It's absolutely not a commitment to finish in a specific amount of time.
So for anyone maybe hearing that term, what exactly is a story point? Like, what does it represent?
Good question. Think of story points as a unit for sizing user stories or features. They capture the complexity, maybe the risk involved, and just the general effort needed. But, and this is important without locking into exact hours or days, that flexibility is really what makes adaptive planning possible across several sprints or iterations.
That makes sense for looking ahead, that flexibility. But okay, here's something I bet a lot of listeners wonder. Why not just estimate in days for the whole release? Seems simpler, maybe.
Yeah, it does seem simpler on the surface, and some teams might try using ideal days. But story points are generally preferred for that release level view in Agile. Why? Because they power velocity-based forecasting.
Velocity-based forecasting. Okay, unpack that a bit.
Sure, velocity is just how many story points a team consistently completes in a sprint, say every 2 weeks. If a team's velocity is, let's say, 20 points, and the release backlog has 200 points.
Ah, okay. You can predict it'll take roughly 10 sprints.
Exactly. It's a forecast based on demonstrated performance, and it's adaptive. If the team speeds up or slows down, the forecast adjusts. Trying to guess the exact hours for something months away, that's often pure guesswork.
Right, like predicting highway traffic 3 states away, months from now. Not very reliable.
Precisely.
Okay, so story points give that flexible, big picture measure. But what happens when we zoom in? When work moves into a specific sprint, the iteration backlog, does the estimation change then?
It absolutely does. Once those bigger items from the release backlog are pulled into a sprint, that short, focused work cycle, usually 1 to 4 weeks, they get broken down into much smaller, specific tasks needed to complete that piece of the feature.
Okay, makes sense.
And for those tasks, the estimation unit usually shifts to hours.
Hours, so much more granular.
Yes, much more granular. This allows for really detailed, sort of tactical management within the sprint itself. You can track daily progress against those hour estimates much more effectively for the immediate work.
So it's really like 2 different lenses. You got the strategic, flexible view with story points for the long haul. And then the tactical, detailed view with hours for what the team is doing right now this week.
That's a great way to put it. It's a balanced approach. You get the high-level agility from story points, enabling you to adapt the long-term plan, but you also get that day-to-day accountability and fine-grained planning with hours inside the sprint.
That clarifies it so much. Understanding that difference is, I think, really key for anyone trying to grasp how modern projects get planned and tracked.
Definitely. This layered estimation approach, it really does balance that big picture view with the nitty-gritty execution. It just underscores how important having clear, distinct units of measurement is.
So for you listening, what's the takeaway? Knowing this difference between story points and hours isn't just jargon. It's a shortcut, really, to understanding modern planning. It helps you anticipate challenges better, track progress more meaningfully, whatever field you're in. And if you want to dive even deeper into these project management principles, we really do recommend checking out the book Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Caspon. Until next time, keep diving deep. Ever